To say that Jay-Z is a superstar would be an absolute understatement. He has climbed the ladder to reach the highest levels of success in the music industry, has evolved from being a rapper and producer to becoming a massive music mogul with an enormous amount of power and wealth. After smashing records and dominating the music scene, Jay-Z decided that he wanted even more. In an effort to attain a whole other level of fame and fortune, he threw his efforts into the pursuit of other revenue streams, and in true Jay-Z fashion, he dominated that landscape as well. Jay-Z has a multitude of wildly successful ventures under his belt, and Forbes has referred to him as an icon, who has the innate ability to turn everything he touches into gold. So this is 7 of Jay-Z companies and investments that made him a billionaire. If you are new here, don't forget to subscribe and hit the bell. Number 7, Roc Nation. Realizing the impact that his investments could have on other companies, Jay-Z created Roc Nation, a platform that is dedicated to helping startups. This entertainment firm has its hand in business development, scouting, and advisory roles to help cultivate and grow other businesses. In turn, Jay-Z receives a stake in the companies as well as residual payments from future revenues. According to Fast Company, Jay-Z's investment portfolio was valued at more than $200 million in 2020 and continues to rapidly increase. Number 6, Tidal. Tidal is one of Jay-Z's most recognized business ventures. It was launched to directly compete with Spotify, in what was an open market at the time. This streaming platform began with a $56 million investment from Jay-Z in 2015. The company is currently valued at more than $600 million. In a brilliant financial move, Jay-Z sold the majority stakes of Tidal to Jack Dorsey, who represents the Square mobile payment company. In a massive deal, Jay-Z managed to retain stakes in Tidal even after the majority stakes were sold to Dorsey for $297 million. Number 5, Roc Clothing. Realizing the impact he has on urban society, Jay-Z partnered with Damon Dash to create the urban clothing brand, Roc Clothing. The brand sold their designer urban styles to adults and youth with a wide variety of clothing and accessory options available at a reasonable price range. In 2007, Jay-Z sold the brand for a jaw-dropping $204 million, then went on to buy back the intellectual property of the brand for $15 million, putting him back in the driver's seat. Number 4, stakes in Uber. While it may be a popular service now, there was a time that not many people knew much about Uber's driving service. Before this app rose to fame and Uber became a way of life for millions of people around the world, Jay-Z was a big investor. He invested in Uber, JetSmarter, Julep, and Away at roughly the same time, with a dedicated $2 million sunk into Uber alone. According to BizJournals, Uber is currently valued at more than $66 billion, and Jay-Z's stake is estimated to be worth more than $70 million. Number 3, investment in cannabis. The latest venture he's dipped his toes into is the premium cannabis brand Monogram. Following in the footsteps of Scooter Braun, Snoop Dogg, Ice Cube, and many other moguls who have made similar movements towards investments in cannabis, Jay-Z has launched what he describes as Cannabis Redefined. CNBC declares that these specialized strains of cannabis will be retailing between $40 and $70. The products include several cannabis strains designated as light, medium, and heavy, available in pre-rolled cigars and joints, and tins of cannabis flower. Number 2, top shelf alcohol. Jay-Z has made a mark in the world of alcohol sales, and owns 2 major brands which cater to a high-end luxury market. Armand de Brignac is Jay-Z's own luxury champagne. He is also a part owner of Dus, which is an expensive top-shelf cognac. He has earned a whopping $310 million from the sales of Armand de Brignac, which has become widely recognized as the champagne of choice for the rich and famous. He has gone on to earn well over $100 million from sales of Dus, which has attained a similar client base of wealthy investors and celebrities. In March of 2021, Jay-Z sold half of his Armand de Brignac champagne in a deal that valued the luxury liquor company at about $640 million. Number 1, music mogul, Roc-A-Fella Records. Jay-Z's initial calling is music. His proven track record as one of the highest achieving rappers of all time will never be challenged. He raked in millions and millions of dollars from world tours, ticket sales, and merchandise. His songs continue to smash streaming records years after their initial release. His initial single was released in 1995 without success. Determined to reach his dreams, he teamed up with Damon Dash and Kareem Burke to create Rockefeller Records and began to release his own music into mainstream society. Hit after hit soon followed, with Empire State of Mind being the single that really got him noticed. One of the most influential rappers of all time, Jay-Z is now recognized for his ability to sell millions of copies of his own records that are successful in their own right. He took that even further when he began to produce other artists, in many cases lending his voice as a feature to their singles and elevating their brand. It wasn't long before mainstream music bore his name, even to music fans that had no interest in the rap scene. Songs such as 99 Problems, Public Service Announcement, and Big Pimpin' are undeniably legendary tracks in the rap game, and all of them bear his name. With over $75 million in his own music library, Jay-Z sold Rockefeller Music for a cool $10 million in 2004 and moved on to other ventures. So these were 7 of Jay-Z companies and investments that made him a billionaire. And if you like this video, don't forget to give us a thumbs up and subscribe to our channel.